up? It's Kathy, and I'm back with number 10 of my Flashback Friday series. Oh, my terrible chip nails. Ooh, I gotta paint them. I'm painting them so that I try not to bite them, because the minute they're not painted, I have a terrible habit. So I apologize for those, but yeah, I am, this is my 10th of my series, and I may do more in the future. I probably will, because I still have a lot of older stuff even if it's only a few years old, but I want to focus on some other projects now. I'm getting ready to hopefully do an October daily and maybe a December daily. I've never done the dailies before, and I want to focus more on doing some holiday layouts and things like that now that I'm getting close to my favorite time of year. So I'm going to kind of put this series on hiatus, but don't give up on it. It probably will still stick around. It just won't be on a regular basis. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to have my 10th one going. I'm going to use that Cosmo Cricut paper. That's the main focus, that big, bold one. All right, so here we go. Um, I, there's definitely a couple of different ways I could have went with this. Okay, so I'm using this one's it's from the Nutmeg collection, which is an old Cosmo Cricut one. Um, and I wasn't really sure where I was going with it. I just know I wanted to use it. I really liked that. I wish I had kind of just stuck with that big chunk of it there, but I do not end up doing that. The other paper I think is from Maggie Holmes Shine. No, give me a second, guys. Bloom. Um, that polka dot. I bought it for the polka dot side. The other side's like a denim with white florals. Not my thing, but polka dots are my thing, especially white paper with black polka dots on it. Um, and the wood grain is also from that Nutmeg collection. And it's so cute. And I really apologize. My lights are flashing like crazy, and I did try to fix that. And I'm hoping that once I stop flicking around papers, maybe it'll stop. I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that I'm filming at night, and there's a light, like there's two lights on my side, and then there's a light directly above me, which is just my normal room light. And so I'm causing shadows and things like that to happen. So I do apologize for that, guys. Please bear with me through this one. I promise I'll try to edit it down so it's not too long and it's not bugging you too much. I really wish I could afford like a really proper setup, but my room is just too small for those big lights, those like photography lights that some people use and whatnot. Like I would not have any room. I think I've said it before that I live in a very tiny house, and the fact that I even have a scrap room is pretty much the only reason I have a scrap room is because my poor husband then doesn't have a computer room or anything. And the baby doesn't even have its own room. This room, my craft room would be too small even for a nursery. So I took it over. And I have so much stuff I need to take it over. And I'm not even talking about the layout. Yay! um, that paper is the Oh Darling crepe paper. I've used it in a previous layout. I did want to do another male layout, like one of my sons before I finished up this series, and I just didn't end up doing it. I really wanted to use that Cosmo Cricut paper, like really wanted to use it. So that's why I ended up doing another girl layout. But I will try to do more boy layouts because I do have lots of old stuff. And I have lots of old holiday stuff too. So I may start to incorporate that into this kind of series too. Now, I know some people like 2009 doesn't seem that far away, and it really wasn't that far away, but that's probably about the oldest that you're going to get from me because that's when I started scrapbooking. So I'm not going to have anything older than that, but the thing I wanted to focus on more in this series and to continue to focus on was just not worrying about picking the most brand new stuff in your stash and kind of going back in or combining your new stuff with your old stuff. These little clips I bought at Michael's, and they're just little girls' faces, and they're absolutely adorable. They were up by the cash register, so I had to pick them. And I decided to use one on this. So I flipped it around, and I want to put some washi tape up there. And I found those die cuts. They're from the Wonder collection. I'm not going to go like heavy with the embellishing on this one. It's going to stay a really simple layout. And I think it's more so just for me to get back into the swing of it. I haven't scrapbooked in a while. I had, my husband was best man at a wedding, so we were away on a trip for that. And then I got home and, you know, I've talked about this before and a lot of people know it who follow me on Instagram, but I have anxiety and depression, and really bad depression at times. And I had managed it really well up until kind of recently. And then it just kind of, it got a little out of hand. It got more than I could handle on my own with, you know. So anyway, I'm getting it all kind of sorted out because, you know, I know when to go for help and when to seek help and when to kind of ask for outside assistance with that kind of thing. But because of that, I haven't really been scrapbooking and making these videos and engaging with people online used to be my big depression reliever. It was really, really, for me, it was amazing how much it alleviated a lot of issues in my life. It was kind of my go-to. So it stopped being that for a little while, and then I stopped making videos and I stopped being happy and wanting to create. So I guess the whole point of this story is that I am trying to get back into the swing of it. So I didn't want to overdo it to begin with, so I just wanted to create something a little simple for this layout and not break out my silhouette machine, not break out any mixed media, none of that. Just kind of do some simple paper layers and whatnot. A very almost structured layout. This is what some people would call an L-shaped layout, except I kind of turned it so I don't even know what the shape would be. I guess it's still an L. Just using some different washies from my stash. Some are from the Amy Tangerine, not her new line, but her previous line. So they're those thin ones, and it's like a gold. I'm popping up that like quite a bit because I just want it to stay and be stuck down, and I didn't want to break out the glue gun to do it. And it just says, "Oh, happy day." And this is just a picture of my daughter getting into all of our winter stuff. She's a big fan of dressing up. I've mentioned that before. So, of course, she got into all of the scarves, and like the hat is my hat that she's wearing. It's kind of like a flappers style, like wool hat from very vintage looking. One of my favorites. And she's wearing a scarf and her mitts, and she was just kind of going crazy. So I'm bringing in some stickers from the Wonder collection as well because the colors really matched well. And I thought I was going to stick that there, and then I realized, well, that's where I wanted the title to go. So if I stick it there, where's the title going to go? And I could have left it there and probably have fit the title in. And I didn't even want to work for a title this time. It's really sad. I did the minimum, the littlest amount of effort as possible. But I'm just kind of trying to get back into that creative flow that I had going for a while, that I seem to have kind of lost for sure, but I definitely want to get it back. I've got a few projects, like I've never made a mini album. Well, tried to make a mini album. It didn't go so well. Anyway, I want to make a mini album of the trip that I took with my husband when we went over for the wedding, because we got to see all of our friends, because our friends live in that city too, and we're really trying to move back to that city because we love it. So yeah, what's that? What's the line that Maggie Holmes chipboard was from? The girl. Come on, Kathy, think. Open book. Haha, open book. The bunny rabbit is Pretty Little Studios, one of their die cuts. And the Just for Fun is from the new Dear Lizzie Saturday collection. So it's a whole mix, but they all work together. And you'll see in the final picture, there's a little bit more that I added to it. And the journaling, of course. Not that I don't mind doing the journaling, I just forgot. So yeah, pictures are coming up. Thanks for watching, guys, and bye!